Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit, with Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective oracle for today, Saturday, November 2nd, 2024. You may follow me on the book, the Insta, the Talk, or the Tube, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, fabulous. We're excited for you. If some of it does not, please just leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use the Twisted Oracle, Twin Flames Exposed. You can get this on Etsy if you're interested. We're just going to pull some cards, see what comes out. This is a bigger deck, so I kind of like do like half at a time. 3 on the table. Ooh, okay. Interesting. If you hear any noise in the background, it's Frasier. I have it playing in the living room for background noise for the cats. I don't know. I always try to do that for my babies. Because when I'm at work all day, 4 days a week, like they hear nothing. I feel bad. We got 4 on the table. Is everybody having, okay, they want to fall out, but they're not falling out. Is everybody having a good Saturday? I just ordered like $100 worth of Christmas gifts, and I think I'm pretty much done. I'm excited. We got 5 on the 6 on the 7 on the table. Wait, what? Huh. Okay, I'm seeing this go in 2 ways. We're going to do 2 more shuffles. 8 cards on the table. I love doing that. Whoa. Hello. Hello. That's a wake-up call. Top of the deck is Pop the Question and getting tarot readings and childhood wounds and mirroring. Bottom of the deck is Depressed, Goodbye, Rejected, Love Child, and Not Happy. Wow. It's like very burdensome energy right now. All right, so we've got True Colors, Psycho, Shady, Spiritual Gifts, Fresh Start, Side Hustle, Drive-By, or Spinning the Block, sorry, Drive-By, Spying Curious, Karma, and STD. So a few of these cards are giving off like a dual energy. So let me show you what I'm seeing. So you may have seen the true colors of some type of psycho. A crazy ex, someone obsessed, someone that won't let you go. This person is very shady. This is someone that you might have, with the spiritual gifts, you might have moved away from them to get into your spiritual era, to get on a healing journey, to make a fresh start for yourself. It says moving, buying a house, selling a house, new city, state, career change, left a toxic relationship, fresh start. You might have spiritual gifts. With the side hustle card, you might work many jobs. You might do many things for money. With the spinning the block, even though you might not necessarily be in contact with this psycho, you might be a little curious about them. God is saying that they're getting in their karma via an STD, which would just imply to me, like if this is an ex of yours, maybe they were cheating on you, maybe they were polyamorous, maybe they just, didn't know how to keep it in their pants. Typically you get the karma that you dish out, right? So like if you steal someone's money, you get your money stolen. If you steal someone's man, you get your man stolen. If you cheat on somebody, you get cheated on. If you give someone an STD, someone's going to give you an STD. If you're out there with your pants wide open and you can't keep it in and you sleep with everyone you meet, STD. So, kind of like some flip here. Not a lot of flip, but this psycho who was shady with you might have also had spiritual gifts as well. With the spinning the block, drive by curious, this person could have been using those spiritual gifts to try and look in on you. Obviously, they could just be looking at you on social media, but with the spiritual gifts, they could have been doing some type of magic to try and control the course of your life. They could have been trying to use magic to actually try and some people believe in this, some people don't, but like astral project, like try to actually get near you spiritually to disturb you in some type of way. That was my intestines. Pardon the noise. I don't know. I ate something funny last night. I don't know if it was the pasta with all the cheese because I ate it for a second night in a row. I don't know if it was the cheesecake that I ate for the second night in a row, or I had some pizza that I hadn't had before, and maybe that was it. But I got some gassiness going on. Not that you needed to know that, but I'm just saying that's what all the little noises are. So pardon me for being gassy. I'm only human. Either way, this person with this STD, they themselves could have had a side hustle having to do with some type of sexual behavior, and they might have caught that STD that way too. That just hit me in the gut. If they were a lady or a man of the evening, or if they were just meeting up random people for sex, if they're not protecting themselves, no one's protecting themselves. If they're doing orgies or, I mean, when you play with your body like that, you're bound to do something. And I will be brutally honest with you guys all day and all out, and you guys know I've talked about it before. Like last year, I tested myself twice for STDs because I wanted to make sure I didn't have anything, and B, I was unsafe. I'm not going to lie about it. I was unsafe. And now, like, you guys know that I've been celibate for a little over a year, like almost a year and a half, technically. I will never do that again. I will never, ever put my body in that position again. Never. I don't care. You can come at me and be the sweetest, nicest man. Like, no. Mm-mm. Nope. Nope. If you're not gonna put the plastic on, then you're not getting in the hot box. That's all I got to say. Like, it's not happening. Because I'm not putting my health in jeopardy for, 5 seconds of non-pleasure. And yeah, I said it just like that. There's nothing to suggest anything about, like, I it's not funny, but I almost feel like this psycho got hit with this STD and it floored them. Like, it floored them. Like, what do you mean I got an STD, doc? What do you mean I got syphilis or gonorrhea or crabs, or like, how did that happen, doc? I've never had that before in my life. Really? If Let me just say this. If you're someone that has been sexually active for years and you have not protected yourself for years, think about the odds. Think about the odds of coming into contact with one of these bad boys. Because I guarantee you the odds are going to be pretty high. The longer you keep having unprotected sex, the better your chances of encountering this. And not just once. And again, I was there, guys. I was there. I get it. I get it. Like, oh, it doesn't feel the same. Yeah, okay, fine. But do you want to die? Like, do you want to catch a disease that you can't cure? Do you want to have to tell future people that you have this disease? Because let me tell you, that's a whole other thing. If you're walking around out there with an untreated sexual disease and it's incurable and you're still sleeping with people and having unprotected sex, you are disgusting. And I do not feel any shame. I do not feel sorry for saying that. You are disgusting. If you know you have an STD and you are out there deliberately spreading it and it is incurable, aka fatal at some point, you are an absolutely disgusting human being. I wouldn't even call you a human being. I can look at people and not judge them for a lot of things, but no, no. I had a friend once, a gay friend, who, when he was younger, he was in a relationship with someone that was a little bit older than him, and he gave him an incurable, at the time, possibly fatal STD. You can guess what it is. I would never ever. No, that is not okay. That makes you the lowest form of organism on this planet. When you know that you have something that could kill someone else and you don't even care. You just go out there unprotected and continue to do what you do. Absolutely the fuck not. Absolutely the fuck not. That is, you are disgusting. That is disgusting. I'm sorry. And I don't even feel bad about saying it. God, you want to give me karma for saying it? Give me karma. That's disgusting. If someone is out there doing that, that is not even there is not even the tiniest bit of humanity left in you if you can go out there and do that. I don't even care if you sleep with one person or 100 people. If you know you have an STD and you sleep with one person, like, let's say you cheat on your person and you get an STD and you know you have it and you're not getting it treated, but you continue to sleep with your person, you're disgusting. You are absolutely disgusting. That is not okay. That is not on any plane. That is not acceptable. Absolutely not. Again, I will take karma for saying that. I will take my karma for saying that. Seriously. And like I said, I was there. You know, I did a few things that I'm not proud of, and I didn't use protection, and I put myself at risk, and I put someone else at risk, and I went and got tested, and thank God I didn't have anything. So I didn't pass on anything. Thank God. And like I said, I will never do that again. Ever. Ever. Absolutely the hell not. Even if next year, like, I get into a relationship with someone and I really love them and I want to be with them, I'm going to be like, here you go, put this on, because no, nope, nope. We're going to go a couple months with using protection until we both feel safe enough to, like, not, because no, absolutely the hell not. I will not put myself at risk, and I will not put someone else at risk, and I will not let someone else put me at risk. Yeah, this person this person is shocked. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like saying all those stupid cliche things that you say when you're wallowing in your ignorance. Like, how did I get that? Who did I get that from? I don't know, probably one of many, you know? For some, this person knows that this is their karma and they're upset. Like, they're upset enough to be like, okay, I'm not, like, I'm going to treat myself, I'm going to get help, and I'm not going to fuck around anymore. Like, I'm not going to play with it anymore. Like, I'm going to protect myself, right? But for some, this person, they know it's karma and they don't give a fuck. They don't give two flying fucks. I'm just going to say this, and this is personal, but this isn't my personal. And I'm not going to say names or anything, but an ex-friend of mine, an ex-best friend of mine, and it's kind of funny because at the time, like, I thought it was weird, and I thought it was odd, and I thought it was gross, but I didn't say anything about it because I didn't think it was my place. But they were excreting some type of substance from their vaginal area. Okay, hopefully I can say that on YouTube. And it was like a chunky white type substance, and I could be completely wrong, but I have thought about it these last couple of years, and the more I think about it, the more I think I am absolutely not wrong. And that is that this person had an STD, an untreated STD, and they continued to have it for many, many years. And in my mind, thinking about it now, back then, but thinking about it now, this person probably had something that was incurable, or they let it go untreated for so long, it became incurable. It became everyday life. Because sometimes they would have it and sometimes they would not. And when I think about it now and I look back on it then, I can't believe that somebody would do that to themselves. Like, how much do you have to hate yourself to A, let that happen, and B, just let it go untreated. Like, why would you do that? Like, go and get treatment. Like, go to a doctor. Like, you're that scared to go to a doctor? I'm going to tell you guys a story. I'm going to tell you guys another story. The year that I met my ex-husband, I met him at the end of 2011. And at the end of 2011, I got my first case of bronchitis. Never had it before in my life. I got so sick, my lungs were all messed up. They put me on antibiotics. That first round of antibiotics, it didn't do well enough a job because I got it again. Okay? I got bronchitis again. Like, I got it at the end of December. I think I got it like towards like the middle end of January. My doctor gave me another round of antibiotics and upped the dosage. I got the worst yeast infection I've ever had in my life. I hadn't had a yeast infection in a really long time. We're talking 2011, 2012. I was 31 years old. I hadn't had a yeast infection like that in a very long time. And I said something to my mother about it, and she goes, well, it's probably the damn antibiotics. And I said, Mom, this is so painful and horrible. Like, I need to go to the doctor. My mother drove me in the middle of the night, in the middle of a snowstorm, to the nearest open ER. And I went in and I told them, I said, I think I have a yeast infection because I took too many antibiotics. I said, but I had also been having unprotected sex. This is when I was 31 with my ex-boyfriend before I met my ex-husband. But I had met my ex-husband at this point. And I was afraid because I thought, okay, like in the back of my mind, I thought, okay, it's got to be the antibiotics. But if it's not, either way, like I needed to go and get treatment. So they prescribed me a round of antibiotics to get rid of the yeast infection, okay, that would be aimed at that type of situation. They also did, tests for STDs, like a whole panel. And when the doctor examined me, he says, I understand what you're saying about a yeast infection. He's like, but this is like severe. And I said to him, well, I let it go on for like a week. Like, I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know. Because it had been so long since I had one. And he's like, I'm just going to tell you, like, it probably is an STD. And I don't think he meant to scare me. I think he really just wanted to, be like, okay, I'm letting you know that from what I'm looking at, it's a high probability. Now, like a day later, 2 days later, I got my test results. They called me with my results. I was negative. I didn't have an STD. I didn't have an STD. Whew, thank God. But that was the worst freaking yeast infection I ever had in my life because of the antibiotics. Not once in that yeast infection did I have white goo coming out of my vaginal canal. Like, I cannot even imagine thinking that you could possibly have an STD and not go get it treated. And granted, it took me a week, but it took me a week because, like, I was on antibiotics. You know what I mean? Like, I was literally just coming, like, I was still on them technically when it started. But again, it was because of all the antibiotics that cause the STD, which is common. It does happen. But I cannot imagine actually having an STD, believing I have an STD, and just not treating it, because I'm scared to go to the doctor or I'm going to be embarrassed. Do you know how embarrassing it was to go to the doctor with that yeast infection? Like, my whole, like, crotchular area was, like, eaten up. Like, I even thought, like, okay, I have crotch crickets. Like, I seriously, like, I don't know. And thank God, like I didn't. Like I was fine. It was just a yeast infection. But who plays that kind of game with their body? Like explain it to me. And not only that, but that at that point, if you're going to continue to have unprotected sex with other people, you're doing that to someone else. You're putting someone else's life and health in jeopardy. And I cannot. And at the time when I had my yeast infection, like the ex-husband and I, we weren't physical with each other. So like I didn't have to worry about like passing it on to him or anything like that. I just had to worry about myself. But I just can't imagine like, oh, maybe it's an STD, but here, let me sleep with my boyfriend and see what happens. Shoot, I had such an issue. Like I can't even imagine trying to have sex with someone while having the issue that I had. That would have been so painful. So absolutely painful. Ugh. This is just giving off like the nastiest energy, honestly. And it's funny because I always tell you guys, oh, we never get the STD card. And then when we get it, I'm just like, STD. Like, who wants that? There might be some people that actually left this psycho if they were in a relationship with this psycho because they found out they had an STD and didn't tell them. Like somebody, I don't know, like I'm getting like somebody found out that someone gave them an STD and they were extremely upset because they didn't think that that person would do that to them, and they did. I mean, like I said, I would be too. I would be too. And if last year I had tested positive for an STD and I had to tell somebody, hey, like I have an STD, you might too, I would have been so upset. I would have been so upset to have to tell somebody, hey, I'm sorry, like I played with your life. Like that is heavy energy. That is not a place I would ever want to be, ever, ever. I'm not really, there's really nothing else other than the fact that I could talk about this for the rest of my life and how horrible it is. I think I'm going to call it quits on that. I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you found it entertaining. Please, if you ever think you might have been exposed to an STD, even if you're married, please, or even if you're in a committed relationship, man, woman, it doesn't matter. Please go to your doctor, go to a clinic, and get yourself tested and get yourself some treatment if you have it. Please do not let embarrassment hold you back from taking care of your own personal health and helping to prevent other people's situations, please. Like I said, it was extremely embarrassing having to go to that ER and see that doctor. It was a male doctor, by the way. But I did it because I knew I could not go on like that. There is no way that I could have gone on like that with what was going on down there. And again, thank God it was just a yeast infection because, I can't even imagine. I can only imagine me having to call the ex and say, hey, you gave me such and such, just so you know. Ugh. All right. I hope everybody is having a fabulous weekend. You're enjoying your Saturday. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.